punk ass, bushy ass, hook ass nigga.
What nigga?
Television nigga.
Nigga la evil.
Nigga.
Nigga. Tell these niggas.
He sent a nigga some free CDs.
You high yelling nigga.
Nigger and nigga.
Big nigga lips.
First nigga on the streets.
A ditty ass nigga.
Black, Jungle Bunny, Mama.
Nigga.
The savagery of the Negro.
Gay ass nigga.
Catching runaway niggas.
These niggas. You get mail, nigga?
Fuck niggas.
Nigga, you bullshitting?
Feel niggas. Bitch ass nigga.
Nigga. Nigga, please. Nigga, please.
He's my favorite nigga in the history of niggas.
Really niggas was slaves? Niggas was chasing us?
Every red-blooded, blue-gum nigga.
Break yourself, nigga.
Negroes.
Can a nigga borrow a french fry?
Niggas, niggas, niggas.
Now, how is a nigga gonna borrow a fry?
New niggas.
Holler at me, nigga.
Different type of nigga.
Niggas is worthless and lazy today.
Nigga, is you gonna give it back?
An Uzi, nigga.
I mean, who do you think you are? I am refined. I am a good person. Good person. What do you mean? Yulty? That's no longer my problem. I told you that Yulty is no good, so I am no longer guilty. No. You, a lot of you supported me over the years. You know me. I have good background. I've built things and it brought millions of dollars into the ecosystem. So why are you trying to show me your primitive ways? You rude, you abrasive, you know, and extremely ignorant. Me, I am esteemed. I have of the most esteemed, highest caliber. I mean, I was in Ricard's car. I call him Ricard, you call him Richard. I call him Ricard, you call him Richard. I was in his car. I mean, I know important people. You know nobody. You nobody. You may be talking to a keyboard in your phone while you're homeless. Me, I'm rich. I don't need you. That's why I had a referral code. But it's not about Yulty. Okay, right now we need to forget about that. It's going to be V2. No. That has nothing to. Stop being ignorant. You're being very ignorant. Okay? Je suis intelligent. You are a macaque. Okay? I do everything by the book. I did my thing. Don't be upset and jealous because all my friends in Hex are rich. If they didn't believe in me, they wouldn't shield Yulty. I told you about Yulty. It's not working as it was designed, and you know this is this. I am not the creator. I am not perfect. Okay? Show me somebody who's perfect. I show you somebody who's not perfect. Okay? I know that didn't make sense, but listen, I'm no longer guilty because I told you about Yulty. What's going on, everybody? It's your host, Light Wonder, aka Crypto Wonder, aka sometimes I really don't feel like talking about crypto anymore. That's the real. That is the real. You know, I've learned in my short life, patience is a virtue. How you doing, by the way? Hope you're doing well. For sure, for real. So they say patience is a virtue. Successful financiers in the world have said the transference of wealth occurs from those who are impatient to those who are patient. I used to buy into all of that, and I'm not saying that those two adages are not true. I'm not saying that. I'm saying they're relevant, they work, they're applicable. The real deal is, many of us, especially when you talk about like playing the game and being smart and strategic and having a plan, acting on your plan, not only acting but sticking to a plan, right? Cultivating that discipline, having that discipline to just stay the course. You know, that takes work. It takes effort. It takes concentration, consistency, energy, a whole lot of time, and money. Right? Many of you who've been listening to my channel, you more than understand what I'm talking about. You more than understand it. It just seems like, I used to say, like, you know, crypto, I can say sometimes it reminds me of the Twilight Zone. Like, things happen in crypto that you don't find in any other financial industry. The things that go on in crypto, nah. Right? You know, you want to believe in something. You want to believe in an idea, a thought, a principle, something that's presumably good, to give yourself something to look forward to. Right? In crypto, it's not foreign to just, it's not, I shouldn't say it's not foreign to want to believe in something. It's not foreign to want to just be a staunch advocate, proponent for something good. It's not foreign to want to do that. But when you apply it in crypto, you take a certain level of risk that it's damn near insane. So what happens is you use mathematics to support your claim, to give you some type of firm, solid leg to stand on. You use math to support your position. And that's all well and good, because numbers really don't lie, but men and women do. There are more liars in crypto than truth, even truth people who speak truth tellers, truth speakers. The people who want to speak truth are drowned out by people who suffer cognitive dissonance, folks who are in denial, people who simply don't want to be the truth, people who don't want to hear the truth. People sometimes prefer to be lied to because it's easier to process and digest. It's more palpable. Why? Because the truth can be gut-wrenching. Truth can hurt. And it's simple and plain. It's just like that. Like, everything isn't what it seems. Don't get me wrong. Like, I bought into a lot. I bought into the idea that, yeah, somebody finally figured it out. Somebody's really here being a force for good. I bought into that. Bought into it. Until I personally have discovered, oh, this force for good that I thought was more leaning on the side of being wholly good, not holy as in Holy, right? As in somebody who's just simply trying to be super uber righteous. No, I'm talking about holy as in WHOLLY, who just want to be a good person and apply themselves accordingly, and has figured out how to do that using crypto, right? We've heard these adages about, you know, making the world a better place and all this stuff. And come to find out, there's been so many chinks, kinks, cracks, holes in the damn armor. It's not even funny. Loopholes and just things that just simply don't connect anymore. It just things that just simply don't make sense. That you as an individual, when you decide, it's like there's a person who knows, does not suffer the same demise as a person who does not know. When you realize some stuff, it hits different. And you watch people who want to remain at the helm, to remain steadfast, and you admire them. You say, oh, look at them. Oh, look, there they go, defending the cause, defending their leader. Oh, look at them go. That's right. Keep marching. Keep fighting the good fight. Right? Because at one point, for example, I could easily say I was marching and fighting that same good fight. That same fight until a light bulb came on. And then it was 2 light bulbs, and then 3, and then a candle. And then all of a sudden, an entire room was lit up. And I'm saying to myself, oh, okay. There's nothing but illumination now. No longer in the dark. And even being in the dark, it wasn't like I was completely in the dark, for me personally, because this issue, as far as with crypto and the particular ecosystem that I've always been talking about for the last 4 years, wasn't my first rodeo in crypto, right? Wasn't. I've seen a few things, experienced some things here and there leading up to that point. 4 years ago, I already had 4 years in, knee deep in the trenches in crypto. So you could imagine, like at this point, it was just like, I'm thinking, okay, this was the lesser of all the evils. Because at one point, I'm looking at crypto like, this thing is, if you can't simply keep people interested in buying your coin, Satoshi Nakamoto, starting with Satoshi Nakamoto, who has since not made himself, herself, or themselves available to be reached, vanished in the wind. Starting with Satoshi on to the last person at this time in your life right now as you listen to the recording that launched the coin. If you can't keep people interested in buying your token, buying your coin, buying whatever your crypto you call cryptocurrency that's you're selling, then you're going to have a difficult time. Creating any value. You're going to have a difficult time creating a community that believes in anything you're talking about. Whatever project you're standing on or coin that you're standing on and token, without any belief and faith from people to utilize it, extend and lend their power, their inner power towards whatever it is that you sell it and give it value. If people do not do that, you're wasting your time because your project, your coin, your whatever blockchain, whatever you think you got going on is worth nothing at that point. And it's these things that have not disappeared in crypto that won't go anywhere. It doesn't seem like it's going to change anytime soon until there's some type of new spectacular advancement, innovation, technological breakthrough that's introduced. It's always going to be left to that. What are you hodling? You better believe in whatever you hodling. What are you staking? You better believe in whatever you staking, because if you have it, that means you'd be interested to buy more of it, right? You know how hard it is to keep people interested to keep buying more of whatever it is that you're selling or is being sold to you, especially after you've made profit? Come on. What new person, like I've said this already before, and I'm going to bring this up here. What new person in the world, new groups of people, new eyes, new retail investors, new crypto, whatever, anybody who wants to be into crypto is really going to be interested in looking into Hex? I'll let you answer that, because you could say whatever you want to me. It doesn't matter, but you still have to deal with your truth. I'll let you answer that. Who today cares that enough new person to see it and say, oh yeah, this looks interesting. Let me spend money on this. Come on. You know what birthed Pulse Chain? Ethereum Hex. And Ethereum Hex is treated as some type of orphan for many different reasons. Who knows? I don't know. It doesn't even matter. But everything you're seeing on the side of the Pulse Chain side of things is thanks to Ethereum Hex. For example, Hex on Ethereum, adoption amplifier, flush address, where did the ETH go, who owns the OA, the whole entire the year 2020, Ethereum Hex, birthed, spawned, right? Everything we got going on today. And do you think the top person, the founder himself, cares about Ethereum X, aka the old friend that got him popular? You think he cares? So if he really doesn't care, which entire year he did not care, and he made it clear really for like a year and a half since the summer of 2023 when he first announced that the market made a decision and picked P-Hex, and then drove the nail in the coffin in March 11, 2024 when he issued that announcement again and said that the people chose again and that they didn't listen. 6 or 7 months prior. I mean, even as far as maybe recent within the last 4 months, it's like he couldn't help but to still acknowledge Hex on some Ethereum Hex on some level because it's not going anywhere. Like that whole situation, like you forget about your roots. Listen, migration, you have a new L1. This was the play. Forking Ethereum native state fork. That was the play. Free copies, all this. Migrate. You couldn't openly and publicly say it for whatever reason. But guess what? Ethereum Hex didn't disappear. But this is an example of the funny business that you find going on. Confusion. Take your pick. Take your pick at all of the craziness that's been going. Take your pick. I spent out of the last 4 years a good 3 solid years really championing and going hard in the paint, in the proverbial paint, speaking positive about everything going on over here, even in the worst times, even in the most difficult times. And guess what? Times are still not great right now. But since then, I've changed my tune for reasons that I don't have to continue to really explain. You know, if you've been listening and following, I just cannot follow a line of hypocrisy, thinking and contradiction from the founder himself. Forget about every other talking parrot, KOL. Nobody else matters. I don't care what anybody thinks. You know what I mean? I don't care what outside of dude, because that's the issue. Because when I say dude, I'm talking about the founder. Outside of him, nobody else's opinion matters. Because I didn't pay attention to what other people were talking about. I paid attention to what this guy was saying. Like in the sense to, you know, to listen to his perspectives on crypto and everything else. And you know what? Other people not only listen to him, they put his messages into practice. And I've said this already before ad nauseum. They took his play, they took what he taught, and they put it to work. Since the chain launched, that's what they did. We're talking about folks that they didn't even play with liquidity, anything before. They launched a coin, built a community, right? Got into liquidity providing, right? Got into doing whatever they had to do to snipe coins, launch coins, rug pull, liquidity pool, V3, singles, did all kinds of stuff based on what he spoke about. Claiming Hart's Law, which was really a practice that he coined, he named, but it was something that he didn't invent. It was a practice that was already taking place. He just gave it a name to talk about it, to speak to the world, right? To do what? To advertise, to market. In essence, there's really nothing wrong with that. But when people take your information, and not only for their own selfish needs, but they also went a step further and to hurt people in the community, to rug the people in the community, right? To steal from people in the community. And he doesn't acknowledge that. Why? Because he was too busy battling the SEC. That's why he didn't acknowledge that. But he would acknowledge random hacks that occur all the time. Meanwhile, he didn't acknowledge the multitude of scams that occurred on his chain by people in his own community, affecting his investors. And you don't acknowledge that, but you're gonna acknowledge some random hacks that take place in a different situation, but not on your chain though. And not only to acknowledge it, it's not to make it seem like his project was a failure, but it's about denouncing the bad crypto practices, denouncing the scammers, just like he did before. But you know what? This is somebody else we talk about. We're not dealing with who was before. This is not somebody who will come out and say, you know what? The community needs to be vigilant. You know what? The community needs to really come together, not only bring eyes, but also educate people on how they could be aware that they have snakes among them who will stop at nothing to persuade, influence them, coerce them into believing that they need to buy something that they're selling so that they can steal the money from the people. And that the people need to be aware of that and push back and not give any of those things any type of attention. And in fact, go a step further and denounce them publicly and do whatever it is that you do to protect yourselves. Because I want to believe people didn't want to gamble with anything this guy created. Take a risk, take a chance with anything this founder created. I'm pretty sure people didn't want to do that to have a bad time, to have a bad experience. You see? I'm sure people didn't sacrifice. We forget about all this talk, this double talk, double speak, no expectations, trying to avoid how we test SEC scrutiny, and you ended up dealing with the SEC, which you beat. And people still have the mindset of this robotic programming, this thing of, oh yeah, no expectation, no expectation. It's part of, it's ingrained, it's singed in the person's subconscious now, who's been listening and listening to this rhetoric. I'm pretty sure people did not do these things to sacrifice. Stick around, like he said, when somebody was saying that they were on the verge of hurting themselves to the point where they wanted to unalive themselves. What did he say? Stick around. This was before the chain launched. And since the chain launched, there's been rumors about people who've already done that to themselves in the community, right? I'm pretty sure, I want to believe that everyone who even bad actors, they didn't want to just do that, spend money, sacrifice whatever money amount to have a bad experience. And guess what? What do you think is happening now? What do you think has been happening for many? Do you think people really have the maybe even the interest to be a part of an inside group? Have some kind of exclusive intel to know when a chain is gonna launch, when a coin is gonna launch, or to just have like alpha upon alpha upon alpha all the time, when people have actual lives to live, they have actual obligations to meet, real life, and don't have time to be absorbed in some kind of computer or phone device to become miserable, mentally ill, and depressed and call yourselves making a lot of money. Meanwhile, you're just on the verge of becoming a paranoid schizophrenic, but you're making a lot of money. What type of experiences that you think people just chose to want to just suffer and be hurt, be betrayed, be robbed, right? Experience that? Oh no, you could easily say, oh, it's not, you can't blame the founder because, take personal accountability and responsibility. Yeah, that's the cutest, easiest way out. Throw your hands up and say, not financial advice. Do your own research, of course. Of course. Of course. And then what's the other thing? Oh, wait. Stop crying. Be patient. Patience is a virtue. Hang in there. Right, just hang in there. Come on, man. Come on, man. Hang in there. Right. Again, you fail to identify your weaknesses, even though they're glaringly obvious. Glaringly obvious. Spent 3 years talking about your pros, and every so often I was still giving you the real harsh criticism because that was just necessary. Even during my 3 year of like, oh, we're one day closer to the next all-time high, and then blah 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 blah. There was times when I was still kicking the real crypto talk the whole time, and now it's just been constant that, and that's what it's going to continue to be as long as I talk about and watching what's going on here. Oh no, just know. Again, just know. This is what I choose to do because I chose to expend energy in this space. I didn't sell, right? I chose to utilize these things for the duration. Oh yeah. And you're gonna keep seeing, like, it's not even just me, because it's not just me that's talking like this. That's the beauty about life. It'd be weird if you were just, or different, I would say, not weird, but different if it were just me. But it's not. It's not. And I want to salute the few of us that have been keeping it real, keeping it pure, keeping it genuine. And I'm glad we're still around. And it kind of always will be around. Because you never know who you might help in their worst time of need. Because not everyone right now, at the time of this recording, is having a good experience on Pulse Chain. Not everyone has been having a good, cheerful, uplifting, and joyous experience on Pulse. That's a fact. So, sending good vibrations for what it's worth to those who are struggling, going through hardship, trying to keep it together for whatever it's worth. I'm not a billionaire. I'm not a founder. I'm just a regular human being out here. I'm trying to exercise some type of self-accountability and responsibility and not talk nonsense that's going to really lead somebody to hurt themselves, because I don't support that. And if you are suffering, and if you are hurt, if you are disappointed, I hope you find swift resolve at some point, right? I hope you find some kind of relief at some point. Maybe you just leave this if it's causing you distress. Put the phone down, step away from the computer. These things are causing you some form of distress and undue, unnecessary harm. Give it a break. Because these people don't deserve to have the opportunity these people because it's him and his rhetoric and the minions that want to hold on to that baseless rhetoric that the founder has spewed. Because at some point, because this is what it is, if you find yourself feeling a little bit overwhelmed, don't give these people the opportunity to continue to hurt you. It is what it is. Just take it for what it's worth. You don't even have to listen to me. Who am I? Just somebody who's talking on the internet. In any case, I'll catch you on the next one. Be well and take care.